Last episode of Demon Slayer had the entire internet up in a blaze, and now we get a really sad backstory to get us to cry, but I didn't, goddammit. Anyways, let's get cracking and compare it to its manga counterpart. And if you didn't see the latest episode of Demon Slayer as yet, spoilers ahead. The following episode, titled Aren't You Going to Become a Hashira, adapted the rest of chapter 113 to 115. Genya's past is revealed along with his motivations, and nothing about his abilities or how he became a demon. This is coupled with the added teamwork of Nezuko and Tanjiro trying to fend off the upper rank 4 until they can kill his main body. So let's break it all down and compare it to its manga counterpart to see what was adapted and what was brutally killed by a parent. Chapter 113, titled Red Sword, started way back when Tanjiro had a vision and decapitated the clones. Soon after he found Genya, and this is where the episode would pick up. This is also where the episode would start and we would get the title card, Aren't You Going to Become a Hashira? Which is Genya heavy, where we would get his backstory, so it's only fitting that his scar be on the title. We then jump back into things with an amazing anime exclusive shot showing the battle-torn Swordsmith village and Genya staring down Tanjiro, before we jump right back on track with manga. Only this time, Tanjiro doesn't say he looks just like her and stops short of saying a demon, before it cuts back to the clones who were slashed by Tanjiro's sword. Now they aren't regenerating nor healing as fast as before, that is. But what's going on here? All 4 clones had been beheaded, but they don't seem to be dying. Now, something to note here, while the anime made it pretty clear that Tanjiro was the one who got Nezuko out of the rubble, the manga wasn't as clear. I actually thought that Genya was the one who attacked her. Tanjiro is then thinking about how they defeated Yutaro and realized that there must be a 5th body due to smelling it out. And it's at this stage again that I must praise the anime. We would have to backtrack an episode or so. When Tanjiro was being saved by Nezuko before she was struck by lightning, that's when Tanjiro had a whiff of a new scent on the air. Now coming back to this episode, we compare that scent to the others where we get color code of each demon's scent. We can clearly see that though faint, it seems like there's another clone or body. And though Tanjiro's dialogue may be a little bit different, mixed in with some anime exclusive scenes, we pretty much follow the same path, right up to when Genya starts choking Tanjiro, telling him that he will be the one to beat the upper rank and become a pillar. This is where we get our first panel that was rearranged of a close-up of Genya's hand as he chokes the little innocent bastard. But wouldn't you know it, Tanjiro responds by telling Genya that they will help him and not to kill Nezuko, and that he will seek out the 5th body. This scene was much more comical in the manga, and I must take it that the anime wanted a more serious tone here, but at the same time, it shows that Tanjiro knows that Genya isn't a threat per se. And I really love Bakugo's voice actor here, really selling how easy it is for Tanjiro to disarm the hothead. This is where Sekido would launch an attack. He is back, but Nezuko and Genya ramp up for round 3? The anime would intercut some exclusive shots of Genya and Nezuko taking on the clones, while Tanjiro seeks out the main body. It seems he was right. The body is hiding, hoping for the emotion clones to kill the demon slayers. When Tanjiro locates the demon, this is where the chapter would end. Chapter 114, Wanted Respect, starts out with Tanjiro screaming directions to Genya. While in the anime, when Tanjiro screams out Genya's name, Sekido alerts Yurogi to stop him in his tracks. He's decided that it's best that Genya locate the demon and kill it. In the manga, for this scene, it looks like Tanjiro was just fighting Sekido's lightning, I'm guessing. While him and Nezuko take on the clones, Karaku starts off the assault with a massive wind attack trying to blow away Tanjiro. And I really like the manga's depiction of this a bit more than the anime, in that we see circular wind strands, while in the anime it was just more straightforward or straight lines. Nezuko then leaps into the fray after Sekido, but she gets speared by Aizetsu. We didn't get this heart-wrenching scream for Nezuko in the manga, and just so we don't forget, the anime skips ahead so that we get a look at how Muichiro is doing. This doesn't happen in the manga, and I couldn't find this scene anywhere in the upcoming chapters either, so you're welcome, it's an anime exclusive. Gyoko taunts Muichiro as he's struggling to get out of the water pot prison. But after that, we skip back to Tanjiro and the gang. Having Nezuko impaled on a tree, Aizetsu calls for Sekido to kill her. All anime exclusive dialogue, by the way. Tanjiro didn't let this opportunity skip past. He slashes Sekido before the demon could even react. We skip our first panel of Sekido's clones close-up. Sekido now realizes that Tanjiro is much faster than before, and based on the information he got from Muzan, he knows Tanjiro is very adaptive during battle and keeps improving the longer the fight goes on. We skip this panel of a wide shot of Yurogi being cut down by Tanjiro. When Tanjiro is slashing Yurogi, this is where Nezuko would take the chance to grab Aizetsu and give him a dose of that exploding blood flame blood jutsu. Tanjiro isn't done yet. He now heads for Karaku, but is struck by a massive wind attack, sending him reeling to the ground. One thing I failed to mention is that Tanjiro has his mark activated here, now and again. again. He's been able to activate it much easier in this fight, making him much faster and much stronger. Karaku now shouts for the other demon to slaughter Tanjiro, now that he's incapacitated. But wouldn't you know it, Tanjiro slashes his hand. He tries to stomp on the demon slayer, but he rolls to safety and then shouts for Genya that the other demon has moved. Genya is still searching for it, but for some reason he can't find the demon until Tanjiro tells him the demon is below. Genya glances down only to spot the little shit, a mini Hantengu. He shoots at the demon, but it runs away. It's really hard to hit such a tiny thing. He then tries to slash the neck only to realize that his sword won't go through as the blade breaks. It's like cutting a rock or something. So he tries shooting the little clump of shit, but sadly his bullets don't work either. But what's this? Genya senses something. It's Sekido. He's caught up and got Genya dead in his sights from behind. Seems Genya can't regenerate his head, so a shot like this would definitely kill him for sure. He starts apologizing to his big brother and we get a quick flashback of his past, seeing him holding someone while his brother stands there. This is where the chapter would end and would be the midpoint of the episode. Chapter 115, titled To Be a Hashira, starts out with a flashback. Not many manga panels include the cover as a part of the overall story, but here we are. We get a little look into Genya's past. Genya's mother had a really small frame, but this didn't stop her from working day and night to feed her kids. She was very protective, even from their father. When he would try to beat them up, she would shield them. And god damn it, this man didn't skip leg day, didn't he? Those are some of the biggest calves I've ever seen. I guess they were made for stepping on your wife and kids, right? He was hated by everyone and soon was stabbed to death. Trust me, Genya, I've been through the same, so I know how it feels, bro. In the anime, we get a transition to the sleeping kids before they would wake up and Sanemi would leave to check on their mom. But in the manga, they were already awake and Sanemi had already left. In the manga as well, the kids were discussing where their mother could be, and one of the siblings mentioned that it's already after hours. In fact, she said the sun was setting, but in the anime, the dialogue was changed a little bit to reflect dawn instead, which is sunrise if many of you didn't know. Soon after, they heard a knocking at the door and they would rush to open the door. Something would burst in, injuring the lot of them and slashing Genya across the face where he would get his scar. It's killed the rest of his brothers and sisters, but he can't see what's going on, so it must be a stray animal, right? Fortunately, Sanemi had returned and tackled the creature through the window. We skip this panel. Genya would now check on the bodies of his siblings, calling out their names as he does so. He does get an idea to run to get the doctor, as he sees that one of them is still alive. We skip this panel and then we would get some anime exclusive dialogue before he would see something in the street that would shatter his entire world. His older brother, Sanemi, standing with a cleave over the dead body of his mother. He can't do anything else but run to her and hold her, screaming out murderer to his brother. This scene flashback of Genya about to die was a bit further in the manga, but the anime, we got it a little bit earlier and woven into the backstory and dialogue to hit a little harder. It was sometime before Genya knew the truth. Seems somewhere along the lines their mother had turned to a demon and returned home to kill them. This is where Sanemi had saved them. Sanemi and Genya had promised to protect their family, so it must have been hellish for him to kill his own mother and listen to his own brother cry. Genya had always wanted to apologize to him, but he could never reach his older brother as easily as he wanted to. He needed to become strong. He needed to become a Hashira. He needed to be recognized so that he can finally say he's sorry, despite not being able to use breathing styles or any of the talents of any other demon slayers. But now it's too late. He is going to die. And wouldn't you know it, Sekido misses due to a Hinokami slash. Just in time, Tanjiro saves Genya, shouting for him never to give up and focus on cutting the demon's head. I'll protect you, bro. He would also ask Genya if he wasn't going to become a pillar. But during him standing around, Tanjiro made a fatal mistake of not seeing Aizetsu coming with a spear from behind, in which case Genya leaps in. The demon launches a powerful multi-spear attack, which hits Genya all over, leaving him full of holes. But he's a demon. This won't kill him, except a moment ago he said that he couldn't regenerate his head, and if you look closely, pieces of his face are missing. I guess that's not enough to kill someone, but I mean, bleeding out is a possibility. At any rate, Genya lets Tanjiro know that he can't cut the head himself, that Tanjiro would need to go and do it. We skip this panel of lightning raining down, but then Tanjiro locates the little ship and activates his Hinokami. The anime would end, however, the manga would still have one more page. As per usual, I won't be revealing that until next episode, which is said to be an epic one and hopefully adapts my favorite chapter in the entire Swordsmith village. So this is where I'll actually end it. A pretty wonderful episode coming off the hype of episode 5. This one was way more emotional than I thought, but I really enjoyed it just the same. I won't waste your time with all of this, so let's get to the number. Demon Slayer: The Swordsmith Village episode 6, titled Aren't You Going to Become a Hashira, covered 3 manga chapters, each chapter having an average of 14 pages, adding up to 43 pages, with each page having an average of 56 panels, adding up to 164 panels, with 5 of those being adapted or unique. This means that 164 panels were adapted, meaning out of all 3 chapters, 97.04 were overall converted. Oh yeah guys, I'm working on a Discord and it'll be up soon. I'm just making sure I've got many of the bugs worked out. I know that I won't get every bug worked out until there are more people on the Discord, but I'm making it so that everyone can be updated when I do upload a new video. Upcoming videos, you guys can see what I'm watching for this season or what I'm looking forward to for next season. I'll probably start doing some reactions on the Discord strictly and some watch alongs as well. But again, it's not up as yet, taking my time to get through all of that. And I'll let you know as soon as it's up. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode and leave me a like on your way out. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps the channel. I've been your host, Kyle. Thanks again for joining. Peace out and stay safe out there, V Nation.